Hi, I'm Clint Stoker with Salt Lake Community College Universal Access, and today I'm going to show you how to make this Word document accessible. So before we start, let's just look over the page and see what we can fix. Here at the top I can see there's an image. We'll need to add alt text to this image. I've noticed there's some headings here. We also have a really bad font for accessibility. It's not very readable and it looks like it could be in all caps, so we're going to fix that. Going down a little bit farther, we have a section here where it looks like there should be bullet points. So we're going to go ahead and add those. And then last but not least, we're going to clean up this link and make it a nice short descriptive link. So starting at the top, to add alt text, I'm going to right click on the image and go all the way to the bottom to format picture. And that'll bring up this dialog box. Go all the way down to the bottom to alt text. And right now, this description section is what the screen reader will read. I'm going to go ahead and take that out and add my alt text. Alright, now the screen reader will read this description of SLCC logo rather than the big file extension. So then click close. Alright, so I'm going to now change all the fonts. So for fonts, a good rule is we want to have something clear and readable, and there's not necessarily one font that's right for everything. So this one looks great. Now I can also see that it's not actually written in all caps. The font that was there appeared to be in all caps. If there were all caps, I would need to change that because the screen reader is going to read it one letter at a time, and so we don't want that. Next, we're going to add heading styles. So here at the top, I'm going to make this a heading 1 style. Notice it changed the look and feel and the font here of my heading. So if I don't like that, I can actually, let's Control Z. This is back to how it was. I'm going to highlight that. And if I click on this little drop down section next to the heading styles, I can save my selection as a new quick style. And we'll just call it my style 1 and click OK. So now it appears to look exactly how I wanted it to. The font looks the same, but you can see it's listed as a heading style, so a screen reader will be able to use this as a reference point. So moving on, this heading, we've got 3 headings here really that should be about on equal footing, so I'm going to name all of these as a heading 2. So I want them to look the same way. So I'm going to make a new style, and I'm going to call this my style 2. And click OK. So now that I've created my style 2, I can click on this next section, and look, there's my style 2. It's now heading, and the next one, my style 2. And that's it with the headings. So I've got one listed as a heading 1, and then I've got 3 headings that are heading 2s. So moving on down the document, next we need to add bullet points here. The easiest way to do it is to use Microsoft's bullet function, and really this is the best way to do it. For accessibility, a screen reader is going to approach this section. It'll actually read off that it's a bulleted list. So that way a JAWS user, somebody that's viewing this document is going to be aware. Alright, last but not least, we're going to fix this link. Instead of it being this big old long link that JAWS will read out completely, we're going to rename it and make it a descriptive link. So how we do that is we will highlight that entire link, and then I'm going to copy it, and then let's delete it. And then what we're going to do is actually rename it. So what I want to send people to is the college's accessibility site. So I'm going to say, please visit the college accessibility site. Okay, so now that I have got my descriptive line, I'm going to actually highlight that. Let's try that again. Highlight that, right click, and then I'm going to go up to hyperlink. And then I'm going to paste here in the address section that link that I just copied. So when I click OK, Now my descriptive language here is actually linked to the correct website. So that does it for an accessible document. Something to keep in mind at this point is I can save it as a Word document and it'll be accessible, or I can save it as a PDF document, but only if I'm using a PC. If you're using a Mac, it's not going to work to create an accessible PDF. So on a PC, I'm going to File, Save As, and then I'm going to change this to PDF. And now that I'm saving it as a PDF, before I click Save, it gives me this Options button. So if I click on Options, pulled out of the screen here, now I've got some options here. The default is to have this box checked, which is Document Structure Tags for Accessibility. Just make sure that's checked, and then you're good to go. So you click OK and click Save, and you're all finished.